Where can I put this motherfucker? Damn. Huh. What the fuck, man? I'm just trying to prop this up so I could just, multitask. I got shit I gotta do, while, I'm talking. I gotta wash some clothes. I gotta, cut up shit for tomorrow, for lunch, and all the rest of that. So I'm trying to find something that I could prop this shit up with. Cause I'm actually using my phone instead of my camera. I'm not gonna start talking. I'm gonna give you all some time to get on. I see it's only like one person. What the fuck can I use? Yo, what's up, Carolina Kid? Like I said, I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit of time, to get in, and then we're gonna get started and shit. Try not to curse as much either. Yeah, while I'm talking, I'm just gonna get the stuff that I need to like cut up and stuff like that. I'm preparing lunch and all that stuff while I'm talking to y'all. So like I said, I'm gonna give you a little bit of time, for more people to come in, and then I'll start talking. So people wanted me to, start doing tutorials on juicing and shit. I'm gonna start doing that. But basically, this is what I do like every night. I prepare, like, I get pineapple. God damn. Use pineapples, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. I cut that up and get it prepared for tomorrow, because before I go to the gym, I usually juice, and I also use ginger. Yeah, I was looking at that. The Ninja joint, I was looking at that. I heard it's pretty good. I was looking into that. Yeah, I might go ahead and cop one of those. But for now, I'm using like a regular juicer and my blender. So what I do is I freeze my bananas and I put the frozen bananas in the blender and I put maca powder in there, spirulina, moringa, porphyl, and a little bit of pineapples and shit like that, and blend that up. And then I juice the pineapples, strawberries, green apples, and ginger. And then I take the juice. Once I juice everything up, I pour the juice inside the blender, and then it just gives me an overall smoothie, and it's pretty good. So that's basically like the fruits I use. I switch it up sometimes, but I like the way that I do shit, like far as what how I do it now. What's up, man? Tragedy Beats. Let me get my trash can real quick. What's up outside the cube? And then also I'm prepping up for lunch as well, you know. So I'm eating like steamed broccoli. Is this your first live? Nope. I've done like quite a few lives, and then I just basically erased them. So this is not like my first one. But for lunch tomorrow, I'm having like steamed broccoli, steamed broccoli, carrots, onions. This channel reminds me of the old school hip hop. I appreciate your drive. Thank you. Red onions, carrots, broccoli, and that's about it. So I'm cutting that stuff up tonight. I usually prep up for everything that I got to do the next day. Thank you, Amara, if I'm pronouncing that right. So, you know, I'm just gonna, you can use your juice with the Ninja and mix with veggies. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, because the thing of it is, man, I find myself going to get, I'll show you, and it's bullshit. Like I can just make my own shit. This organic vegetable broth, I can just make my own fucking vegetable broth with the juicer, or like you said, the Ninja joint. All right. So, I mean, are you vegan or vegetarian? Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of both. You know, I be fucking up. So most of the time I'm a vegan. But then I'll be fucking up, and I'll show you this. Be fucking up and getting shit like this. This corn shit. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, meatless and shit like that, but I don't have no business with it. So most of the time I'm a vegan, but then every now and then I'm up and getting shit like this, and just not being as disciplined as I should be. You know, for people that are not vegans, that are meat eaters, I don't knock no one. Because I remember when I used to eat meat, and that shit was good. Like, I went past, I forgot what damn restaurant it was the other day. I drove past it, right? I think it was Chipotle. I don't know. I think that's what it was. That shit smelled good, and I know it was meat. At the end of the day, you're eating healthy. That's all. Yeah, true. I'm eating healthier than the average person. But yo, I was driving past Chipotle, and that shit smelled good. I mean, and I knew it was meat they were cooking. So it's like, I hate it when vegetarians, I hate it when vegetarians be on some shit like, oh, fuck you meat eaters and blah, 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 and this and that and so forth. And I can't stand it, the taste of meat, the smell of meat, and this and man, get out of here. I'm just a realist. Like, I remember fried chicken. My mother's fried chicken. I remember it. And I had a thing like, you know, when I was eating meat, I had a thing like, this is another thing too, what bugs me out. I don't mean to keep on fucking switching back and forth in subjects and shit, but let me just say this for a side note. So this is what pisses me off about getting, what's up, man? Pool Road. Yeah, I used to sell them bootleg CDs, baby. Y'all made some real fucking money out there, man. I'm telling you. That's why I never said shit about like money out there. Never. Because I made some serious money out there. Like the mother of my children, she had her own joint. I had my own joint. We were taking trips. It was just at one point in time out there, it was some real money out there. But anyway, but yo, what's up, man? This is another thing too. Like, so I shop at Kroger's. You gotta fucking watch the fruit. Most of the fruit in Kroger's is fucked up. This is the reason why, like, I'm so like on this growing my own food shit. Now I know I'm being real about it. I know good and goddamn well that I'm not gonna be able to grow enough food to feed my family for months upon months upon months upon months. You know what I'm saying? I would love to give up some meats, eat more healthy. I just don't know. I just don't know if I really have it in me to do so. It takes a lot of discipline, dedication, and consistency. All right, well, let me tell you how I did it. So how I did it is I gave up, you know, like pork first. Then I gave up beef. And then I gave up chicken. And then I gave up fish. So I did it slowly but surely. You know, the hardest thing for me to give up was salmon. I like salmon. You know, salmon croquette, filet salmon. I like popcorn shrimp. So it was the seafood that was difficult for me to give up. But for the most part, it wasn't that hard. Like if you just take it like how I did it, it's not that hard. Pause. You know, like it took me years to become a vegetarian. It wasn't no overnight thing. I just didn't get up and say, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna be a vegetarian. That's not how it went with me. You know, but yeah, I would love to grow my own food, but I know I can't. I'm not gonna be able to supply my family with the amount that is needed in order for us to eat. You see what I'm saying? But I at least want to attempt to just know some of the fruits and vegetables by growing my own food. You know, as far as going to the grocery store. I want to get into farming my own meat. Yeah, I mean, that's true. You know what I'm saying? If you look at our ancestors, they ate, you know, I guess what the Jews call kosher meat. You know, they farmed their own meat and they killed it, they cut it up, cleaned it. Great questions. I'm on a journey at 50 with diet. I don't know. I don't understand that. But yeah, they clean their own meat. And this is the reason why they were able to live long lives and shit like that, because they weren't eating basically genetically modified animals. You know, nowadays they're feeding cows corn. You know, it's just, it's ridiculous, man. You know, and the thing of it is that when you look at your spiritual leaders in your conscious community, teachers, etc., they should be more on health than any fucking thing. Like, I don't give a fuck about who built the pyramids. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna learn that, true. But at the end of the day, I need to know what's going inside my body first. I need to be healthy. I need to, in order to have a healthy mind, in order to think right, you have to eat right. You know, so some things, some information and knowledge you could do without. But food, eating right, you can't. You can't do without. You can't do without it. Peace, the awareness awakening. I'm a diabetic, so I'm looking to change my diet. Yeah, man, I had a cousin, and I don't mean to scare you, you know what I mean? But I had a cousin, right? She stayed in Green Clove, Long Island. I lived with her for a while, and we would always tell her, yo, take your insulin, take your insulin. She wouldn't take her insulin. And we were younger, so we were smoking blunts, drinking, all the rest of that shit, staying up all night. And this is some shit that she couldn't do, but she still did it. And I remember one time she threw up, and what she threw up was like brown. You know, she was eating all types of shit, smoking and drinking. So first her teeth fell out. Then after that, we was telling her, yo, you need to change your diet. You need to eat better. You need to stop smoking. You need to stop drinking. She didn't listen. What's up, El Dib Khalid? She didn't listen. So her teeth fell out. Then after that, her damn they cut off her toe. Then after that, they cut off her whole foot. Then after that, they cut off her leg. So then she had both of her legs amputated, and then she went into a diabetic coma and died. I live in Tennessee, and I'm from New Jersey. I'm unsure where to go to find vegan meals just to expand my taste palette. Do you have any suggestions? I've never been to Tennessee, but what you could do is, if you have Waze, just type in Whole's Food or vegan restaurant or something like that, and Waze will direct you to wherever, you know. It'll point out if there are any vegan or vegetarian restaurants or grocery stores or something like that. Waze will point, you know, put you in the direction. It'll show you where to go. But other than that, I've never been to Tennessee, so I can't, like, you know, give you no information on that. Yeah, so for some of y'all that just came in, I'm prepping for tomorrow. You know, this is what I normally do every night. You know, I prep up, you know, I put, you know, cut up my pineapples, blueberries, blackberries, put that in there, my strawberries. This is what I do because tomorrow, you know, I'm going to juice all of this, work out. So I'm doing that, and then I'm prepping for lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and get the broccoli out. Put the broccoli in the bowl. I don't know if y'all clean your vegetables and shit, you know, before you eat it, you know. So I use baking soda and vinegar to clean the vegetables, broccoli, excuse me. Do you believe that a person's diet is linked to certain diseases? Yes. I think most diseases, this is my opinion, I think most diseases stem from an unhealthy diet. I really do. I read this article where they were saying if you have allergies, that is because you have a bad immune system. And I was looking at it, I was thinking about it like, man, that's bullshit. But then after thinking about it, it's like, okay, it's kind of true. Like, your immune system should be able to resist, you know, whatever type of, you know, allergies that you may have. You know, if you have a good immune system and it's strong, you should be able to, you know, resist whatever comes into your body to a certain extent. I mean, y'all could, like, ask questions, make statements, whatever fuck, you know. I'm just going off of you all's energy. I wanted to say something, some shit that happened to me today, but I'll say that. What's up, Alan Carter? So I guess I'll say that first, and then y'all could just, they probably is some vegan restaurants. I work nights and spend most of my days sleep. So that's why I don't know where to go, but thanks for the advice. No problem, man. So I want to say this first, and then y'all could, you know, say whatever y'all want to say. So today I was at the Y, right? And this is some usual shit that always happens. Seriously, I'm at the Y, I'm working out. And I finished working out. I go downstairs, and you got to think about the mutated fruits and veggies that they put in our grocery store is correct. Just like these strawberries. You know, I don't know who the fuck. I don't know anything. I don't know who made this. Like, straight up, I want my farmer to be my best friend. I want the person that grows my food to be my best friend. Because I want to be able to say, you know what, this guy, I can trust him. I can trust him with my family. I can trust him with my aunts, my uncles, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. And this is what people don't understand. This is the things that they overlook. I don't know who farmed these strawberries, and I don't know what his or her intentions are. I don't know what kind of soil this came from. I don't know anything. I don't know what kind of water they used. You know, they said that in California, they were using hydrofracking water, like untouched bananas with the seeds. Yeah. Yep. Matter of fact, I got some bananas in here. So, like I said before, I'm a different type of vegetarian. I don't try to tell anyone what to do. I don't look at myself as better than anyone because I go to the grocery store just like any and everybody else. Do I eat a little more healthier than the average? Yes. But at the same time, I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk when I put these strawberries in my body. When I blend these things up and I give it to my children, when I juice all of this shit up, and my intentions when I blend all of these fruits and shit up is to feed my family something healthy. But that may not be someone else's intentions. The farmer. The farmer's intentions is I got to make money. So let me get back to the story of the Y. So I'm at the YMCA, right? I finished working out. I go downstairs as usual, you know, and I go to the sauna, the steam room, and the hot tub. So it's this guy. He's always in there. He's an East Indian, right? So every time I come in there, he talks to me. So I go to the Y in Alpharetta. Now, I switch up sometimes. I may go to the Y in Buckhead. I may go to the Y in Dunwoody. And for all that don't know, I live in Atlanta, or rather Metro Atlanta. So I go to the Alpharetta Y. So in the Alpharetta Y, in Alpharetta period, it's a lot of white people, but it's a shitload of foreigners. It's like East Indians and some Koreans, right? So when I go to the Y there, I'm like a unicorn. Have you ever made vegan tacos? And which kind? Yeah, but I use a meat substitute for that. Like I said, every now and then I bullshit. I ain't gonna lie, you know. So I use a meat substitute. The corn I use, which is like a micro fungi or some shit like that. It's not. It's a micro protein or something like that. I thought the farmers market was 10 times better than going shopping at the grocery store. I don't know. Yes, it is. But at the same time, you still, what I'm saying is if you're going to go to the farmers market, get familiar with the farmer that's selling your food and ask some questions. That's what I'm saying. What's going on, brother? How often do you fast, detox the body, restart the boot, all the system in one, develop brain power? I'm about to go on a fast, or excuse me, a detox this Sunday. I'm doing a D-Herbs joint. Before D-Herbs got famous and all the rest of that shit, and everybody started taking it, I was taking D-Herbs and shit like in Zediac Mod Ray. That's who D-Herbs is. That's the person that, you know, that created the shit. And I was there when he split and he did his own thing called Health Store. So I'm about to go on a detox Sunday, and everything, man, shit, y'all coming too quick. My brother from another mother, Langston, what's up, man? Fourth ex prodigy. Yeah, so I'm about to go on a detox Sunday, and I've been taking D-Herbs since like 2010. You know, I knew about Dr. Sebi like and the alkaline diet. You know, he put me on the quinoa. He put me on to what's up, Def Rocker? He put me on the quinoa. I don't know, you know, if you let me show y'all. For some that don't know what it is, he put me on the quinoa. He put me on to green lentils. He put me on to wild rice. He put me on to black rice. So I started taking this shit like in 2009. So I try to like detox at least once a year, you know, if not more. What's up, Nika? What's up, crazy man? Yeah, so let me get back to the YMCA story. I don't know for y'all that came in late, but I didn't get into the whole thing. So anyway, so I'm a unicorn at the Alpharetta Y. What I mean by that is I have dreads. It takes about 45 minutes to cook the wild rice and the black rice, and of course you got to clean it as well as the quinoa too. So So I'm at, what's up, straight up Bama boy? What's up? So I'm at the Y, right? And like I said, I'm a unicorn because it's not too many people that have dreads that's there. Omonike. I hope I pronounced that right. So I'm a unicorn, you know, at the Y. It's not too many people that have dreads, not too many black people that's there, whatever have you. So, you know, he starts talking and asking me about how my day is and everything. And I'm like, yo, you know, my day is okay. And he starts going on and, you know, rambling and shit. Like he enjoys talking to me, right? I see him all the time. So, okay. Omonike. All right. So I see him all the time, right? So today, you know, he just, as usual, he rambling on in the steam room. And, you know, I like sometimes when people talk because it passes the time by. I stay in the steam room for about 10 minutes. But this particular time, it was like, man, come on, just shut the fuck up. So he just keep on talking and talking, right? So what's up, Twin Pyramid? So he keeps on talking. So then after that, he leaves and goes into the sauna. I go in the sauna with him, right? So he starts talking to this white guy. So they start talking about, and this is crazy. This is the type of, you know, like white people do this shit and East Indians do this shit and Chinese people do this. Now, black people, we don't do shit like this. We don't start asking a whole bunch of fucking questions and shit like, where do you work at? Where do you live at? How far do you live from here? How far is your job? We don't ask those type of questions because those type of questions will get you a reply like, nigga, stop being nosy. So, Derek B, I have a question. Do you think it's still good to date 2019? Things ain't like they used to be, and I just want your opinion, my brother, from another. Let me tell the story real quick, and I'm gonna get to your question. I swear to you, I will. So, I'm and listen, if I forget, just remind me. Just remind me, all right? So he's asking all these fucking questions, you know, to the white guy, and the white guy is responding back. You know, it's usual, it's regular for these motherfuckers to ask those type of questions and for them to answer each other, right? One another. So he starts talking about what he used to do, and he lived in Pittsburgh, and he started talking about he worked at a steel mill and etc. So then, you know, they start building on like technology. And they started talking about, you know, the best fields to go into, which is the IT. He said game coding is a good field. And then he said, of course, healthcare, because, you know, somebody's always going to get sick. Somebody's always going to die. Somebody's always going to need pills and etc. Right? So as they're talking, I'm sitting here listening. Now, some things I know. Straight up. Other things I don't know. So I'm attentive. I'm listening. I'm paying attention to what both of them are saying, right? So then the white guy looks at me and he says, did you get what we saying? And I looked at him like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. So I'm saying to myself, like, this shit happens all the time to me. Like, I'm minding my business, and the motherfucker, it always got to be somebody that's fucking with me, right? So they keep on going on and on about, you know, how technology is the wave, and you know, you need to get into technology and cyber. What is it? What did he say? Cybersecurity. And they just kept on building and building and building. So I chimed in, and I told, you know, I basically was like, yo, you know, I understand where y'all coming from, but I don't like the way our society is going, the way we're moving. You know, it's like we're talking about all these tech jobs, and we don't realize that the middle class is gone, and that robots are taking over our jobs. You know, and when you're looking at these supercomputers now, they have artificial intelligence. They no longer have to deal with binary codes. They understand language. They comprehend. It's getting to the point where they're developing a conscious. So the East Indian was like, yeah, you know, blah 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 blah. Thank you for your information from the video. All right. So he was like, yeah, you know, you're right, but you know, there's always gonna be human jobs. And I'm like, no, not really, man. Everything is becoming automated. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Uber, Lyft. Eventually, it won't be a human being driving a car. They're gonna come out with unmanned cars. So a fucking a car will pick you up, and it won't be a human person, a human body in there. Right now, matter of fact, what damn city is it? What town? What is it? I think it's shit. I don't want to don't. I fucking forgot. But here in Georgia, it'll come to mind. Here in Georgia, what kind of jobs do you think will be left? None. That's what I was trying to explain to them. Yep, Total Recall, all of the sci-fi movies, all of that shit that we thought we were looking at and it was entertaining. No, it was getting your ass prepared for what's gonna happen. That's another thing that I was trying to go in. I was talking to the East Indian about technological singularity, and I was going on and on and on. And the white guy was looking at me like he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that the words that were coming out of my mouth was coming out of my mouth. And that's what bugs me out. This is the reason why I titled the live, "I'm the spook that sat by the door." Because I'm that nigga that you would least expect to know the amount of information that I know. It's just that plain and simple. Least expect. Graphic arts career. Yep, you're right. Hit him with that wild fact. Yeah, I'm the spook that sat by the door. And that's what I try to tell, you know, black people. Like, yo, I encounter all walks of life. On the south side of Atlanta, they doing the cart thing going to the airport. So that's what I try to tell people. I'm the spook that sat by the door. I talk to all walks of life, and they tell me shit. And what I do is the shit that they tell me, the shit that I study, the shit that I see on the news. I in turn go back and tell you all. But this is the reason why, like, nowadays I'll be on some other shit. I had to apologize, you know, for being so emotional, because it's like I come back and I tell you all shit and niggas be like, man, niggas don't want to hear that shit. Man, I'm trying to keep up with on most employers now hire contractors rather than full-time employees, impacting the diminishing middle class. They were doing that back in the 90s, though. They started doing that back in the 90s. You know, they didn't want to hire, they hired temps Because of that, you know, the reason that you're saying, but then also they didn't have to pay him insurance, health insurance. What's up, powerful being? As a truck driver, my job is going to be the past. They already have self-driving. That exactly. Self-driving trucks, semi-trucks. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to tell the dude. And it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Like, yo, it's where we're going right now. It's there is no stopping it. But what I want to do is I want to get black people prepared for what's to come. That's all I want to do. That's all I wanted to do. You know, but people just doing some next shit with it. There's a reset button, yeah. Tragedy Beats, where's the reset button? Reset button is anarchy. That's why I'm in the medical field. People will always get sick. People will always die. You're right, 100%. That's why I'm really going towards this health shit, because people need to be healthy. Period. You know. Do you think he was shot because you're black and because you're educated on that specific topic? Yes. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes. 100%. They really think we're dumb. But when they encounter me, I shut them the fuck up. I tell them, yo, give me facts. Most of these motherfuckers don't even know what they're talking about. Straight up. Like I got into an argument with this one Jew, right? Your channel is great, way better than these conscious folks who just talk with no action. I want to be great like you one day. I want to be great like you one day. I wish I can intern for you. I wish you could too. You know, if you were in the, you know, my area, you could. But being great like me, yo, I'm a role model, but I'm a role model because I'm a negative and positive person, you know. And that's the reason why I'm the perfect role model. You know, you want your role models to be balanced. You want to learn from your role models, the good and the bad. So that great shit, I thank you for that compliment, but I'm not great just yet. Just yet. So we will see the change in about 10 years. Yup. Correct, Derek B. Derek B, excuse me. Sounds like a troll. They like, it's probably going to come to the point to where people won't have worker bots and promotions will be based on how many upgrades you can afford. Yup. Y'all some smart motherfuckers. And the crazy thing about it is, that's what my book is about, called Love in Apocalyptic Times. All of the stuff that I'm talking about right now, that book is about. I don't know if y'all remember or seen it when Polite dissed me and shit, and he cut up my shit, and he was on some shit like they got robot doctors. Or you right. I seen a documentary on that shit. They also have nanobots that go inside your body and fix your shit up. You have to show proof of life. I don't understand that, Tragedy Beats. But so he, you know, Polite, he chopped my shit up, and then it was a part where I said in one of my videos, I got my book out, but it's not published or something like that. He made it look like I was stupid. You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying is that I got a book. It's published, it's copywritten and everything, but it's not printed up. And the reason why it's not printed up yet is because I wrote 2 books prior to this book that I wrote called Love in Apocalyptic Times. And I ain't gonna lie, it was both of them were failures. And the reason why is because I didn't know anything about, well, I did, but I was coming off the streets, like selling bootleg CDs, oils, incense, and all the rest of that shit. So I was coming off of the streets with a hustler mentality. So that's the way I applied the way that I sold my books. and it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So I would go out there and hit Walmarts, festivals, homecomings, and shit like that. And it just, you know, and I had a website up, and I was selling my books online, but I just got burnt out. Because I was a one-man band, and I really didn't know anything about marketing and advertising. You know, so that's the thing. You know, now I know a lot more than I used to know. I'm still learning every day. So what I'm doing with this book in particular is I want to do the, you know, what they call, you know, business 101, supply and demand. That plain and simple. In order for you to sell anything, you have to have a demand for it. And that's the problem that I had with my 2 books prior to this one. I got geeked up and was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and print the books up. The first book I printed up 1,000 copies. That cost me $3,000. Second book I printed out like 100 or 200, something like that copies. That cost me $500. Then the website, the whole project cost me about $10,000. I have flyers, I have promotional CDs and shit like that. The whole project cost me damn $10,000. And I didn't make that shit back, not even close to it. So right now, what I want to do is not make the same mistake a third time. So I have to get the demand up. Then once I get the demand up, then I'll print the motherfuckers up. I'll supply the demand. That plain and simple. Let me put this in the refrigerator real quick. Now I'm getting broccoli and carrots and shit cut up. Red onions. But yeah, you know, I don't want to give away, you know, everything as far as dealing with a book, you know, but there's a reason why I call myself Langston2092. Is not some shit that I just came up with and said, oh, that sounds cool. Nah, there's a reason behind it, you know, and it has a lot to do with the book itself. Do you think most Americans now are too sensitive and prideful to acknowledge life truths causing conflict? Now, I think that they're trained. I think that they're gerbils, you know, and they do what they're told. I think that, and it's no disrespect towards the millennials. It's no disrespect towards the, you know, the generations after me, you know, but it's like my generation, we were more revolutionary. You know, I've literally seen a dude fuck up a cop. Now, I mean, not fuck up a cop, like beat the shit out of him, but like they had to hold him back. I've literally seen like cops scared and shit. I've literally seen, and I'm not saying that we supposed to, you know, harm cops and shit like that. I'm just saying that we were more protective, you know, when it came to race. You know, like when I was growing up, we used to roll in groups. It used to be like 6 of us. Langston's still at work, but had to view a small capture. Much love and respect. Much love, Sean Griffin. It was like 6 of us. We used to roll like in packs. So whenever you fuck with one of us, you gotta fuck with the rest of us. You know, I don't see that too much in this day and time. Today's society is more programmed than I thought my generation was. How I attract a fine black woman that's not a Cardi B and not conform to mainstream and trying to be successful. I thought you would do a video on Aisha Curry. All right, so how do you attract? Hold on. So hold on. I'm gonna answer those 2 questions. So since you're a musician, what's your advice on being an artist that has a unique style and not conforming to mainstream and trying to be successful? The same shit that I'm doing. That's the only way we're gonna survive. Is you're gonna have to build up a fan base. That's it. The same shit that I'm attempting to do. You gotta build it up. And social media is here for you to help build your shit up. That's the only way that you're gonna be able to survive. Other than that, you can't go mainstream because ain't nobody gonna fucking support you. Unless you damn drinking lean and doing all the shit that mainstream artists do these days. So that's my advice to you. I hope that that's helpful. Do you still rap? That's crazy, Soul Fam official. Yeah, but it's like I'm multi-talented and I'm trying to like see which one, I'm juggling and shit. Like, which one do y'all like? Which one y'all want? The vegan chef? Y'all want the fucking the MC? Y'all want the motivational speaker? Y'all want the personal trainer? Like, I'm trying to see what do. I understand that, but listen, people are like, seriously, like, I've been doing this shit for years. You could do it all, but it has to be that one thing that people like, and then you to the rest of the shit. You see what I'm saying? Like take for example Jay-Z. He's an MC, right? And that's what got him in the door. And then after that, he started doing everything else. But other than that, he had to just do that one thing. He had to be known for that one specific thing. And this is the reason why, like, I'm throwing in shit. I'm throwing in shit on YouTube. Like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. Let me see. Let me just get the reaction of the people. And whatever they choose for me to do first, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, like Nick Cannon. But everybody does it the same way. You got, as an artist, you have to believe in yourself. Look at Young Thug. I don't like his music anymore of Pierce when it comes to music. He has a big fan base. Yeah, he does. Your music is dope. Thanks, man. You have that sag energy. But the Ayesha Curry thing. So let me talk about that, because this guy, he put me on. Like, I listened to this guy on Instagram, and he made a valid fucking point. So for all that don't know, I think it's the Red Round Table, some shit like that, with Jada Pinkett Smith. She does these, I don't know, podcasts or whatever the fuck you want to call it. She had Ayesha Curry up there, and Ayesha Curry said, my husband, which is, Stephen Curry or Stephen, whatever, however you pronounce it, he gets looks. He has women chasing him and everything, and I don't have men looking at me. And she said that it's not like she's interested, of course, because she's a married woman. But she said it does bother her that men are not looking at her. And she got beat up for that shit. Like, a lot of dudes, a lot of chicks, a lot of people, basically was like, damn, you're married, so what the fuck does it matter? And this dude made a valid point on Instagram. He said, y'all don't understand what a woman goes through. A woman gets pregnant, she gains weight, she goes through all of these chemical imbalances in her body, her hormones change, her body changes, and then she starts to reminisce on how she used to look. And it's like, it's hard for a person to look at herself in the mirror and know that she used to look this way and now she looks that way. And nobody's paying attention to her. And when he said that, I was like, yo, that shit makes a lot of fucking sense. It makes a lot of sense. Like, yo, I'm not lying. Like, I'm in the gym. Not that I want every female to not that I want to get with every female. Not that I want all the attention from all the females, but I'm in the gym for a reason. And that's for the opposite sex to look at me. Straight up. I gotta admit it. Like, we all want the attention. So when she said what she said, and I listened to that dude, I'm like, yo, you know what? That shit makes sense. This shit makes sense. Like, take me for example. I walked past a female, right? And you know, I had on clothes looking nice and everything and shit like that, smelling all good. I walk past a female and the female don't say shit to me. She don't look at me or nothing. I'm like, the fuck is her problem? So we all want that attention. So I agree with her. And it is so ironic. The irony of it is this is a red bone chick saying it. You know, you would think that it would be a dark skinned chick saying some shit like that. But the irony of it is it's a red bone chick saying she doesn't get any attention. That's crazy to me. That's just crazy. You know, so the whole Aisha thing, I agree with her. You know what I'm saying? Women should get some type of attention. You know, and every man should get some type of attention. And that's how it should be. It's not that she want to get with the dudes, and it's not like a married man wants to get with the women that look at him. Everybody desires that attention, you know, and it's not enough for your better half to compliment you. You know, you want to get that outside approval as well. I want to address something else too. The whole Tiffany Haddish shit. I'm surprised none of y'all didn't say anything about that. So for all of y'all that don't know, Tiffany Haddish went to the gala event. I don't know what the fuck is actually called. It's gala something, right? She went to the gala thing and she was on the, I guess, red carpet. She had chicken in her purse and she gave a white lady some chicken. And the black community went ape shit. And my thing is this. I usually take the skin off the carrots because, you know, of course they spray pesticides and all the rest of that shit. And, you know, I usually scrape the skin off. I know that two things. I know Dr. Sebi said carrots are not good for you. I think he said they were hybrids. And then the second thing is, I know that the skin contains the most energy, the most nutrients. So, hey, listen. But anyway, so the black community went ape shit. They couldn't believe it. And my thing is this, it's plain and simple. It's nothing complicated to it. You created that monster. It's just that plain and simple. Y'all created him. You know, y'all went to the movies. Y'all laughed at her jokes. Y'all laughed at her being all loud and being a coon that she is. And then when she shows you, or when she shows white America that she's a coon, y'all got a problem with it. But y'all didn't have a problem with it when she was cooning on the big screen. Just like how y'all bitch and complain about Cardi B. But you all, and I'm not saying you all that's in the live, I'm saying just black people, period. You all got her to where she's at. It was black people supporting that bullshit. And now that you have created a monster, y'all got a problem with it. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Let me see something, man, because it looks like, oh shit, I didn't scroll up. Childish Gambino, like Jamie Foxx, Jack of all trades. This generation, the males are too emasculated, wearing skinny jeans and sandals, while the women are co-signing it. Correct. Maddie B, Sagittarius. Steph Curry, yeah, my fault for Trey Waters. It's hard to get noticed if you are an indie artist. If you can't sing, you get noticed, while those who can sing don't get noticed and not signed or played on the radio. Postpartum depression is real. Carolina Kid. Def Rocker, she totally contradicted herself, saying she doesn't want the attention but wants to know about it. Yeah, she did, but I still understand, you know, the you know, that the whole attention. I understand it. 7SH, what up? What's up, man? You got a lot of people in the live today. I beg to differ. I don't understand that. Def Rock at this day and time with the Me Too, hashtag Me Too movement, why would she even want to be like that? It's the whole attention thing, man. Yo, man, just let's just be real. Let's just put it out there like that, for real. Men, we buy cars, motorcycles, clothes, we get haircuts, we go to the gym, all to please a woman. Cut the crap, let's be real. Cut the crap, let's be real. And let's say this too. We have a problem when women, black women that is, don't desire us or don't want our attention. But now a black woman desires our attention. Now we have a problem with it? I understand she contradicted herself, but at the end of the day, I understood where she was coming from. Neo-feminist makes it complicated. The fear of a lawsuit from a compliment having have men thinking twice, especially at work, which is a get fired. No, unless you're a white dude. You're right. The chicken. I don't know. What about dating in 2019? I'm glad you said that. Difficult. You know, very difficult. I seen on Instagram today, Snapchat has this new thing where you can alter your face to make yourself look like a female if you're a male. So it's very fucking difficult. Like, I would recommend if you're dating, like the first thing that I would recommend, I'm gonna give you some steps. So the first step that I would recommend is, and I'm not trying to be graphic and nasty, you know, shit like that. Ask the chick that you dating, when is the last time she went on a menstrual cycle? Because then you would know what's up. Bitch ain't got no menstrual cycle, and I'm not calling all women bitches, so I apologize, you know, for saying that. But I'm just talking. Bitch ain't got no motherfucking menstrual cycle? That's a man. Straight up. The second thing is, you need to ask about her fucking background, like her education, you know, about, you know, her level of education. These are the things. This is the shit that I never asked. This is the reason why a lot of the females I fucked were hoes, because I never was concerned about these particular things that I'm talking about. So I'm trying to school you on it. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing is ask her menstrual cycle. And this is 2019. I wouldn't normally do that, you know, back in the 90s. But nowadays, this is a different day and time. So you got to ask, yo, when you had your last menstrual cycle? You know, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, you know, her level of education. You know, make sure that she has some type of level of education, some college. You know, in other words, you need to look at her. You need to hand her a fucking application, period. The same way that a person goes to a job interview is the same way that you should treat the person that you're dating, that same fucking way. You know, is she family orientated? Does she has principles, morals? Does she have goals that she wants to accomplish in life? You know, another thing too is this is 2019. So you wanna find you a female in order that you all can be a power couple, excuse me. In other words, a business. So I recommend that if you can't make money with the female that you're dealing with, you need to kick that bitch out of your life. It's just that simple. A relationship is a business, straight up. So before you get to all of the looks and, oh, she got a fat ass, she got big teeth, oh, this, that, and that, so forth, you better get in her mind. Because you're going to find out if you fuck around and you get with that chick because she got a fat ass and big titties and all that shit, you're going to find out later in the years, that shit is going to all die out. And then you're going to have to see what's up here. And you're going to find out the hard way, holy shit, this bitch is stupid. And she can't give me nothing. I hope I answered your question. Met Gala, you're right. She's not even funny. Her name is Django Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was cooning at the Met Gala. Corny ghetto chick. Cat Williams, right about her. A woman after giving birth with her chemical imbalance, she can go through bouts of depression from her body trying to balance out. You're right. And okay, so you said postpartum depression. You're exactly right. That's the thing. Like I had to look at somebody else and get that understanding. Like I was like, holy shit, I didn't even think about that. And if y'all don't know who we're talking about Aisha Curry. And she was like, she needs to get attention from other men, you know. Do you take anything for workout? I don't take no keratin and this and that. I'm gonna show you what I take, and it's all I take. I don't take creatine and all of that shit. You know, I don't take any of those type of supplements. You know, I don't do nothing but the moringa, the maca powder, and the spirulina. That's all I do. You know, because this is my opinion. I think that if you give the body the nutrients that it needs in order to function, in order for the muscles to grow, then that's all it needs. And maca powder is good for energy. It's energy booster. Especially if you have if your man downstairs ain't right, you know, it's good for what else is it good for? It's definitely good for as an energy booster. You know, what the fuck? My mind is fucked up tonight. But I'll tell you more on that. Spirulina, it has so many damn nutrients in it till it's ridiculous. It's a seaweed. Most of the time when you're looking at, as well as moringa, most of the time when you're looking at these supplements and supplements such as creatine, all the rest of these shits, it's chemically made. You know, it's not a natural product. You know, so I take more of the natural products and not so much of the powders, the protein shakes, and the this and that. If I want protein, I'll eat broccoli. I'll eat different types of foods and fruits that have protein in it. You know, if I want potassium, I'll eat a banana. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, I'm not going to take a protein shake that has this amount of nutrients in it, supplements in it, and as well as other chemicals in it. I'm going to go straight to the source. That's what I'm going to do. It's just like somebody saying, I hate when people say this, you know, it's just like a person saying, are you a vegetarian? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm a vegetarian. Then they say, yo, where do you get your protein from? And I'm like, first and foremost, y'all never ask, where do I get my magnesium from? Where do I get my iron from? Where do I get my niacin from? Where do I get my potassium from? Like, the body needs over 120 minerals. Sea moss has 93 minerals in it that the body needs. But y'all don't ask those questions. I'm not saying you all that's in the live. I'm just saying overall, people don't ask those type of questions. They only say, where do you get your protein from? As if the body can survive off of protein. And that's a myth. So my response to that is, first is, do you know what protein is? And most people don't even know what protein is. And protein is, when you're talking about protein, referring to protein, you're talking about amino acids. And there's, I think, 23 amino acids that you need in the body. You see what I'm saying? So let's just say if you're a meat eater and you get your protein from a cow, right? Now, my thing is, why would I get my protein from a cow Because this is crazy. Most motherfuckers don't go up to a cow and say, where do you get your protein from? They don't ask a cow that. Like, animals are very intelligent. They know what to eat and what not to eat. But when it comes to human beings, we act as though we don't know what to eat and what not to eat. And it's crazy to me. So it's just simple. It's like, it goes like this. So a cow eats grass. So it's obvious that that grass has to have some type of nutrients in it, including protein, in order for that cow to sustain life and be healthy. So I'm not going to eat the fucking cow because my body has to process the meat in order to get to the protein. So my body has to overwork. It has to go through a digestive system. The meat does. And it's going to take hours upon hours to digest that food, to digest that meat. In order for the protein that we're eating the meat for to circulate through the blood and get to different body parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to eat what the cow eats. That's plain and simple. I'm going to say, fuck the middleman. Don't make no sense to me. I know where the source is. I know where to get my protein from. I'm just going to eat what the fucking cow eats. But we don't want to do that. We just love eating meat. And the reality of it is that we really don't love eating meat. You want to know why? You ever ate meat that didn't have any seasoning on it? You ever ate a steak that and you didn't put A1 sauce on it? Yeah, so that's the point. Like, the reality of it is that we like the seasoning and the texture. So if you like the seasoning, the taste of it, the seasoned meat, and you like the texture, how about eating a mushroom burger? Because you can season that mushroom burger just like a fucking meat, and it will taste just as good. And the texture, once you put it in the oven, it'll give you that texture like as if it was meat. All right, let me scroll. Do you take it? Now she's going to have all the dusty dudes blowing at her. Yep, you're right. When I was in high school, girls, Trey Waters, when I was in high school, girls only wanted light-skinned guys that looked like Drake, Trey Songz, Chris Brown. Dark-skinned men like me didn't get no love. It's sad. You're right. But now dark-skinned men are in. So, you know what I'm saying? It's your time, baby. It's your time to shine. Put on that motherfucking shea butter and let that melanin shine straight up. How do you feel about interracial dating, bro? Twin pyramid. Yo, whoever you love is whoever you love. It's that plain and simple. I can go down the line and talk about, oh, you killing off the white people, you killing off the black people, and this and that and so forth. Listen, people are going to do what the fuck they want to do. You can't control what people want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that plain and simple. So in my opinion, people are going to love who they want to love. And it's not really important to me like that. It really isn't. You know, interracial relationships, I will say this though. Interracial relationships are not the key or the answer to race relations. So just because you're married to a black man, just because you're married to a white woman, doesn't mean that you're not racist. Just because you have black kids and you're a white woman or a white man, doesn't mean that you're not racist. It doesn't mean that the world is a better place just because you married a black man or a black woman. So you can love whoever you want to love, but don't run that bullshit to me about oh, the world is a better place because we have interracial relations going on. And it really is a small percentage. Black people still marrying black people on a larger scale. It's the same. It hasn't changed. You know, most black people marry black people. That's what I think about interracial relationships. Good hygiene. Yep. I'm sorry. That's another thing too that you want to look out for is dealing with a woman. Good hygiene. You want to make sure that she shaves her pubic hair. She shaves her underarms. See, I don't play that shit, man. This boy put her arms up. I was in Target or some shit the other day. I was like, damn, braid that or dread that shit up. Her hair, like the hair growth, that shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, you need to put some beads on that shit. Braid that motherfucker up. So yes, good hygiene. Make sure she brushes her teeth. Make sure she I don't like women that don't shave. Like I don't like hairy legs and shit like that. That's a turnoff. So make sure she practices good hygiene. She cleans her ears. She makes sure that when she's on her menstrual cycle, that she changes her pads when she's supposed to, you know. And this is one thing, boy, oh boy. I used to, right? Me and this guy, right? I don't want to get into it. This motherfucker, it's crazy. Like I don't understand it. You know, I don't want to get off the subject, but I don't understand it. So we were selling bootleg movies and CDs and shit, and then all of a sudden this nigga started selling crack. Like what the fuck bootleg movies and CDs have to do with crack? But anyway, we were in the hood, right? So I decided to hang out with him one night, right? He wasn't selling crack, you know. Like I decided to hang out with him in the hood, right? So we chilling and everything. He brings this chick up, right? He's like, "What you think about this broad?" I'm like, "She alright or whatever." So he takes the broad. We take the broad home, right? So the broad is crazy. So the broad want to blow me off and shit. And he's like, "Yo, she want to blow you off. She want to blow me off for some crack." And my thing is like, "Yo, why the fuck you bring this dumb bitch in here, man?" You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Man, I ain't fucking with that bitch." So I said, "Why don't you just fuck with her?" So he took her in the room. He did whatever he had to do with it, and then he took her home, right? Next day, I seen the broad over the house. So I'm like, "Nigga, what, you wifing this broad the fuck up or some shit?" I said, "Well, shit, if you wifing this broad up, you might as well move the bitch in." Next thing I know, the bitch she living in the damn in the apartment that we were sharing. So I ain't paying no attention because this dude, I don't want to call him a sucker, but he is, you know. So he wifing his broad up and shit. So to make it relevant to what I'm saying, this broad used to douche, right? Now, if you are a woman and you eat good and you clean yourself, there's no need for you to douche. You shouldn't have any internal smell inside your vagina. You understand? So anyway, she would douche the I think it was the vinegar thing, Summer's Eve, and she would keep the dish. She wouldn't throw the dish bottle in the garbage. She would leave that shit in the shower. And I'm like, "Are you fucking yo?" It was so many times I wanted to knock this bitch out. And then she would fry chicken and leave the whole kitchen dirty and shit. Like, man, you definitely want a female that practices good hygiene. And another thing too, I'm glad that came up for us, the kitchen thing. You want to make sure she can cook. She can feed you. You want to make sure that. You want to make sure she can cook and clean. And she keeps her fucking body clean. That make me scared to go to the club because you don't know if you bring home a woman who is a trans. Yep. Right in Zach. What's up, Gerard? Malcolm Potter. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you said that. Malcolm Potter is good for testosterone. So I want to talk about that too. So listen, man, straight up, when I say this, don't take it wrong. Don't take it wrong. Don't take it wrong. Don't take it wrong. When I say this, all right, we all adults. So just listen and hear me out. So once I started taking the Malcolm Potter, I started doing squats, a lot of leg exercises. I experienced my shit getting bigger. And the reason why my shit got bigger, well, first of all, you have to have the skin in order for it to be big, you know, because everybody's talking about these things that you could use or whatever, you know, of course, potassium banana, you can eat bananas and shit like that. And they're talking about growth. The penis is skin. it's tissue. Excuse me. You have to have the sufficient amount of tissue in your penis in order for the blood to come in, and then it grows. So you have to have that, a lot of tissue and shit like that down there. If you don't have that, then your shit ain't gonna grow regardless of what you take. It ain't gonna be big. So I experienced that shit because testosterone levels went up. And that's the thing for us dealing with men. When you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, your testosterone levels are down. And you have to take things to build that testosterone back up. So now that I'm doing squats, now I don't do like heavyweight as far as dealing with squats. I do squats, I do lunges, I do a lot of leg work. Whereas I didn't at one point in time, and my fucking legs look like popsicle sticks and shit. You know those dudes you see, they all buffed and shit. They walking around like this, and then and then when you look at the motherfucker's legs, this is like this, just like that. So I was one of them dudes, right? So I started working out my legs a lot, and I saw a big difference in my workout. Like I was much stronger, more confident. Like I said, in bed, my shit was like, God damn. I mean, I'm straight, like prior to the maca powder and all the rest of that shit. But that shit just gave, like the squats, the testosterone levels, all that shit going up. Yo, that shit just took me to another level. The old lady was like, yo, man, I can't handle it. Yo, when your testosterone levels are straight, like I'm experiencing shit. Don't get me wrong. Like I got to improve myself a lot. You understand? Like a lot, but like now I'm at a stage, like far as like working out, that I've seen like growth that I haven't seen before. And now I'm experiencing things that like normal dudes that work out on a normal basis for years have experienced. And now I want more of it. You know what I'm saying? If this is what testosterone, like that, when your testosterone levels go up, and this is what it's like, I want more of it. Like, man, it gives you confidence, man. You feel you cocky. You want some, I wish a nigga would mold most times. And then when it comes to the bed, nigga. Nigga. But yeah, man, testosterone, get those testosterone levels up. Damn, if a lion eats you, you will taste yummy. Are these good for someone? Are these good for someone over 50? Definitely. Yeah, 7SH, I mentioned CMOS. So CMOS has the 93 essential minerals that you need in your body. I don't know if y'all follow Langston2092. I'm cool with him, and I'm supposed to get some CMOS from him. But it's like, yo, they be hitting you in it. I ain't saying like CMOS is expensive for the amount that you get. Like you get a handful of that shit and it's like $20. It's crazy. What's up, Monday Nitro? What's up, man? Def Rock and vitamin D. Of course, vitamin D is very important to your bones, your skin, as well as men, testosterone, the testosterone levels. Vitamin D is vital. And you don't want anyone to ever tell you that you can get your vitamin D in meat. No, you get your vitamin D from the sun. That plain and simple. Vitamin B12 also is important as well. I eat only grass-fed beef in moderation. That's good. Smash Burgers has some good bean burgers. All right. Gemini Vision Infinity, what kinds of mushrooms to eat instead of meat? Portobello. Not the answer to white supremacy. I don't know what you're referring to. I assume that you were talking about interracial relationships, and I agree with you if that's what you're talking about. Bath and milk and couples can groom, care for each other. You're right. Hi Langston, Sweet June. What's up? How you doing? Def Rocker, men should also shave pubic hairs also. I do. I shave. So I'm gonna tell you a little story real quick. I was in high school, right? I'm gonna tell you the reason why I started shaving my underarms and my pubic hair, right? I was in high school and I used to use Degree, right? And Degree deodorant. And the shit would cake up. So I'm like, why the fuck am I going to have hair under my arms if the deodorant is not penetrating my skin in order to keep me from stinking? So I said, shit, I'm just gonna shave my underarm hair off, as well as my pubic hair. And that's what I started doing. And then, let me tell you this, because I know y'all probably gonna say some bullshit, and I'm gonna stop you in your tracks, because if you ever meet me, you come up to me, you can smell my hair, smell me, I smell good at all times. You understand? I take 2 to 3 showers a day, straight up. So, I learned that, why the fuck would I be wearing deodorant? Like, in other words, why am I stinking? Why do I have an odor? And the answer is, it's what I'm eating. Like, I'll give you an example. If you drink alcohol, right? You get fucked up and you drink a lot of alcohol, right? When you wake up the next morning, that alcohol is seeping through your pores because the alcohol hits your blood, your bloodstream like this. It's a liquid. So when you can instantly get fucked up. You know, it takes other drugs, it takes time. But when you drink, it goes straight to your bloodstream because it's a liquid, right? So you get fucked up, right? The next morning, it's in your bloodstream. You stink. You stink. So my point in making is that the odor that you have under your underarms is telling you that what you're eating is fucked up. Ever since I've started eating vegetables, fruits and vegetables and shit like that, guess what? I ain't had no problems with underarm odor. None. Now, I may mix in like with some Egyptian musk and Blue Nile, mix that in, the oil, and put it under my underarms, and that's it. That's all I do. I don't use deodorant. All right. Spirulina helps with the internal odor, yes. This liquid chlorophyll. This helps. This is a deodorizer to your body as well. And with this liquid chlorophyll, this shit will clear your fucking skin up, straight up. It deodorizes your body and it cleanses. This shit is not good for a woman at all. Supposed to sit in the bath. You're right. You're right. We're supposed to bathe, and we're supposed to bathe anyway. No little to no showers, and mostly soaking in a bath. Black seed oil is good for testosterone. I used to take black seed oil a couple years ago. The horny goat weed gives me the hardwood. I had to take a break from it. Sweet June, you are so funny and smart. Thank you. I try to be. Do you indulge in weed? I haven't smoked weed in years, but like I said in the prior videos, and I don't recommend drug usage, but I don't believe that marijuana is a drug. I believe that it's an herb. I think that it's good for medicinal purposes as well as spiritual. I don't indulge in it. I wouldn't smoke anything in the United States because all that strand and different types of weed, you know, blueberry weed and shit like that, all that shit is GMO. But I will say this: when I go back to visit my family in Nevis, it's this guy called Nature Man. He lives on top of a mountain in St. Kitts, which is the island adjacent to Nevis. And he grows his own weed, you know. And when I was there last time, I ate it. I ate some bud. And matter of fact, I got it on my Instagram page. So if you want to go to it, on my Instagram page, where, you know, I got a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. Everything's the same thing, same name, Langston2092. You go there, you'll see me and Nevis eating buds. weed. This particular time, I'm going to inhale. But I do realize that burning it does take away the medicinal purposes. You know, that, it's better to consume it like eating it rather than burning it. If that answers your question. Do you drink or use real coca? I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna be straight up. I stopped drinking, it's about 10 years. And then I fucked around and I went to Nevis, and then I had a couple beers, moved here to Atlanta, went out with a friend and had a Long Island iced tea. And after that, I started back drinking like Chardonnay. But other than that, I'm not a drinker like that. Excuse me, let me take that back. I come from a line of drinkers, but I'm not a drinker like that, meaning that I try not to overindulge. If I'm going to drink something, it might be some Chardonnay or it might be a mixed drink. But other than that, I'm not into, I used to drink Red Stripe and Guinness Stout and Heineken and shit like that. And I don't do that shit anymore. I used to drink the Hennessy and shit. I don't do none of that shit. Like I said, I'm laid back nowadays. I might drink some Chardonnay, or I may drink, a mixed drink or something like that. And it just depends. Like if I have to drive back home or some shit like that, I'm not drinking shit because I'm not about to lose my license again. And this is a side note. Like you don't ever want to be in a position where you're a black man and lose your license, because your license is your ticket to freedom. And that's the truth. Freedom and being independent. When you lose your fucking license and you get in the car like I used to and still drive and get another license suspended, license while driving with a revoked license, the tickets add up. And now you're in a fucked up situation where you got thousands of dollars worth of tickets with no fucking money. And what happens? By you not having a license, it limits you. So say, for example, if you work, some people are entrepreneurs, but then it works like that too. Regardless, if you work and you find a good job, but it's not on a bus line, then you're going to have to depend on somebody else to take you to work. And one day, just one day, that motherfucker will fuck up and be like, yo, man, I can't take you. And that could cost you your job. Or let's just say you're an entrepreneur and it requires you to drive. It's just a whole fucked up situation, man. You get vitamin D from the sun, and the sun activates your melanin. True, you're right. Black people don't absorb vitamin D from the sun, so we have to get it from other sources. I don't know I don't understand that, because I'm here to tell you, Sweet June, that's untrue. We do absorb it. It takes a little while longer based on how heavily or less melanated you are. Like take for example my daughter. When she was like younger, she suffered from rickets. She's a heavily melanated girl, a young lady, I say. But at the time she was young, and it takes dark-skinned women and men longer to actually absorb for the sun rays to penetrate the skin, to absorb the sun rays, but it does absorb the sun rays. For us melanated people, we need it the most. And I can tell, the older I get, the worse it gets for me. I hate the fucking wintertime. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. But when the summertime comes, my hair grows, my skin complexion changes, I get darker, I'm vibrant, I have more energy, I want to do more things. My brain, I'm like thinking more. It's just, I think the sun is the best kept secret for Black people. And I hate to see Black people, specifically, I see that a lot with black women. I hate to see black women walking around with an umbrella on a sunny day. I hate that. Do you use Tom's of Maine deodorant? I used to use it. What are some of the things that build up testosterone? Crazy man. Like I was telling you, you can do squats, you can do lunges. Exercise wise, you can do lunges. I would recommend that you work out your back. Your back and your legs are the biggest muscle groups on your body. So what happens is, as you're working that out, the body is stating that it needs more. It needs more power. It needs more power. It needs the body, the muscle saying, I need to grow. I need to get bigger. So that's how you're able to build your testosterone levels up. You can, what is some, I don't have a fucking laptop. Damn, I'm cutting up this shit. I forgot what other fruits and vegetables that also build up your testosterone as well. Some of y'all that know what fruits and vegetables that builds up the testosterone, just put it in the live chat, because I'm still cutting up vegetables and I would have to go get my laptop. And a shower head gives you the same effect. So the V and rinse real good. A bath, you're sitting in the dirt from your body. Sweet June, the shower doesn't give you the same effect. So what you just said, you're right. So when you're in a bathtub and all that dirt comes up, it's because your body is soaking in the water. That's the reason why they tell you to take a bath. So your body, your dead skin cells can basically come off easier. When you're taking a shower, you're not soaking. So you're not getting all of the dirt off of your body. When I used to work for TSA, I used to see the douche bag on the x-ray in the flight attendant bags. Post this live stream to your channel, bro. It's going up. Walk barefoot for an hour to the ground yourself to get rid of negativity. You're right. I forgot what they call that, but there's a science to it. It's a name that they give it, where, you know, of course it's called grounded or something like that. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, you take the time out to take your shoes off and walk on the ground. Thanks for live. Got to get some rest. Peace, brother. Would you drink wine? I heard it got good health benefits. Yeah, I said I drink Chardonnay, but also you got to understand this too. That shit is some GMO shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of grapes are they using? You know, so it's best that if you know someone or if you can do it, make your own wine. But I've heard that it has good benefits. I have to look more into it. You know, they claim it cleanses the blood, you know, it purifies the blood, etc. When I drink Chardonnay, I'll drink a red wine or something like that. You know, by these commercial motherfuckers such as Sutter Home and Bogles and the likes. I don't experience that. The only thing I experience is a little, you know, I get a little faded. That's it. It ain't like I wake up the next day like, oh shit, I'm glad I drank that glass of wine, because man, I'm geeked. I'm ready. I'm ready for life. That's not how I wake up. I wake up when I drink some wine, I wake up like, whew, okay, it's time to drink some water. It's time to get this shit up out of my fucking blood, out of my body. I mean a real chocolate cocoa, not coca. Yeah. I think I got some coca in here. Let me see. Yeah. Right there. You're talking about that, right? Cocaia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Why is weed illegal and it's good for us, but they give us liquor and cigarettes that can kill us? I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know, we hurt, and if you make it legal, they're not able to make money off of it. They're not able to lock up niggas that sell weed. That plain and simple. It's laws are made to make money. It's an industry. That's what it's made for. Laws are not based on morals and principles and shit like that. Laws are made in order to tax us common folks. It's just that plain and simple. So if they legalize weed, you see a whole lot of motherfuckers walking around here that used to have problems, such as autism or some shit like that. Now they don't have that. You know, so one thing is that they don't want, you know, healthy people walking around this motherfucker. You know, a sick person, they can make money off of. A healthy person, they can't make shit off of. And then the second thing is, if they legalize it, guess what happens? The black man, any black man out here can go out here and sell weed and make money. And Uncle Sam don't get shit. My son drove for 4 months with nothing, no license, regular or uninsurance. Yeah, that's. I'm telling you, Sweet June, I've been through that, and that's a no-go. Like, I've actually went to jail for fucking not having a license, and it's embarrassing and shit. You in jail and you sharing a cell with a nigga. Now I wasn't in jail for long. It was like 2 weeks, you know. And the only reason why I spent 2 weeks in the motherfucker is because I ain't had no money to bail myself out. And ain't nobody bail me out, right? So for the most part, you in jail and shit. You talking to other motherfuckers, and they like, yo, I'm in here for murder. I'm in here for selling bricks. I'm in here for this and that. I'm in here for that. And then they ask me, what you in here for? And I'm like, what I supposed to tell them? You know I lied. I can't tell a motherfucker I'm in here for driving without a license. I hate winter too. I get depressed in winter. Come live in Texas in the summer. It's real hot down here. Boy, oh boy. I don't know about Texas, man. Whew. I'm experiencing some racism that I ain't never experienced before in Georgia. Let me tell you something. It's safe for a black man and a black woman inside 285. I'm going to say it again. It's safe for a black man and a black woman inside 285. And inside 285 is Atlanta. But outside, once you go up 400, Highway 400, and you start getting to Alpharetta and Forsyth County, it's a wrap. Let me plug this up. I gotta go get my charger. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so once you get out of 285, you go up to Alpharetta, Forsyth County, shit start changing. Once you go you fuck around with the fuck. This shit freezing the fuck up. Can you hear me? Why is this shit freezing? I don't know if y'all can still hear me. If you can still hear me, just let me know. Other than that, the damn yeah, the screen froze up for some odd reason. But once you get into like what is it? Cobb County, you know, Kennesaw and all in that area, like it's racism. So, you know, shit. I don't know about Texas, man. I don't know about Texas. If y'all can still hear me, I'm just gonna go with it. You know. But yeah, man, I'm definitely not going back to the northern states because I can't take the snow. I just can't. You know, but I mean it's true, man. The South is racist as a motherfucker. You know. And when I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina, I didn't experience that much racism there. You got a kickstand for your phone. From Wesley Muhammad, and he was talking about how weed can change the sex organs. You got a kickstand for your phone. What's that mean? Let me see some shit. All right. There we go. My fault. I don't know how as far as we changing your sexual organs or whatever, but I don't know. I might probably have to do some research on that. But yeah, you know, I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there wasn't much racism there. Not to say that racism didn't exist. It's just that it wasn't as blatant as it is here in good old Georgia, you know. But Atlanta, yo man, Atlanta is way more laid back. Now, for those that don't know, you have Atlanta and then you have Metro Atlanta. So I stay in Metro Atlanta. At one point in time, this used to be Atlanta, but then they broke off and formed their own little small city called Sandy Springs. And I'm still in Fulton County. So you would consider it to be Atlanta because Atlanta is in Fulton County, you know, but it's basically Metro Atlanta. I'm not too far from downtown, you know what I'm saying? Depends on traffic. But that's how Atlanta, Metro Atlanta is. So you have like a whole bunch of surrounding counties or cities or whatever that's around Atlanta that's outside of 285, and then you have actual city Atlanta that sits inside 285. Michigan has some rough winters. I know. That shit is way up there. It's horrible in Jersey in the winter. Below zero temperatures is brutal for black people. You're right. Where I live, I don't experience a lot of racism where I live in Texas. Tell me where you live. Shit. My sister lives in Atlanta with her husband and kids. All clear now. Yeah, man, you know, every time I go into Atlanta, I don't ever have any problems, man. But when you fucking in Metro Atlanta, you know, like Cobb County, Marietta, Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, Decatur, Stone Mountain and shit, man, it's racist, man. Alpharetta, it's racism, man. I ain't never been stopped, ever. And I've been stopped 2 or 3 times since I've been here. Motherfuckers claiming I ain't got no insurance on my car and shit. Just dumb shit, yo. So, but, you know, I gotta, do you eat fish? How do you go vegan? I've been vegan on and off since I was 22. I'm 26. I find it hard to go vegan. Like I told this one sister, that was up here at one time, you take baby steps. So first I stopped eating pork. Then after that, I stopped eating beef. Then after that, I stopped eating chicken. Then after that, I stopped eating fish. So it was like slowly but surely, a gradual change. My shit didn't happen overnight. It's not like I woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm gonna be a vegetarian and that's it. No, it took years for me for that to happen. Yeah, man, Charlotte is popping right now. What's up, Dimples? Lithonia in the house. Yeah, so that's like south. Oh, Kanye's. Yeah. Yeah, that's like further, that's like what is like about 45 minutes away from Atlanta. I went to Lithonia, I was looking for a house in that area, you know, cause yo man, like shit, this area like it's nice, you know what I'm saying? Dunwoody and Sandy Springs and Alpharetta and all of that area, it's nice, but man, it's racist. They racist. North Fulton County, racist. Shit, I was just driving today and motherfucker got pulled over. And it's always somebody black, all the time. Never fails. Never fails. I'm moving to Metro Atlanta. Where you moving to? They're trying to get them quotas. Yup, you're right. But it seems as though nowadays they're trying a little too hard. Even like, you know, you're supposed to get your quotas at the end of the month. These motherfuckers be stopping motherfuckers in the middle or in the beginning of the month. Wild salmon and sardines are good for you. Yeah, I used to eat salmon. What about Columbus? Columbus, what? Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Georgia, or... And let me tell you another thing too. I'm pretty sure Dimples will chime in on this. Metro Atlanta is so fucking segregated. So it's like all of the black folks are like down in South Fulton, College Park, Union City, all in that area, right? And it's crazy because that's where the airport is at. So they get all the fucking noise and the ridiculous, horrible fucking traffic. And then all of the white people are sitting up like on top of Atlanta. Like, you know, Buckhead, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, Cobb County, Marietta, Kennesaw, Alpharetta, Forsyth County. It's just so segregated till it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Is that the laundry detergent from the brother from We Buy Black? No. I'm about to go visit him though, cause he's here in Georgia. I forgot what mall it is. He's in. Gentrification is crazy in Charlotte. It is. Especially shit. What was that fucking street? Not was it? Yeah, it's South Tryon. South Tryon, right, where. Okay, so you know the train line, where the train goes, right? They've gentrified that whole fucking area. I remember when they tore down those projects. I forgot the name of them. They done fucked up Charlotte. Like they kicked all the black people out of the fucking, as they call it, uptown area. It is gentrified like a motherfucker, but it is a nice place to stay. I'm not gonna even lie. Like I used to live in Rivergate, right behind Carowinds, and it's like a nice community. You know, I never had to want for anything. I had 2 grocery stores. It was a Harris Teeter there, a Publix. We had Best Buy, TGIF, Target, all types of shit. And then further up the street from there, we had the I forgot what outlet it was, premium outlet or some shit like that. But yeah, Charlotte is the shit. See, Dimple said true. I peeped that shit. And you know another thing too is this, like most people, I ain't gonna say most people, there's some people that move to a place and they move because of their job or some shit, career, but they don't never do research on where they move to. You know, so they don't know the history of the area that they're living in. And that's one thing that I learned as far as dealing with the history of Atlanta and black people as a whole. Like, if you knew the history of what black people have accomplished in Atlanta, this is the reason why there are a lot of black people that have money and you know, and they're bougie, you know, because of the accomplishments that black people have achieved in this area. There's a lot of black businesses, you know, there's a lot of history here, you know. So aside from that bullshit about, oh, there's a lot of gays and this, that, so no. Do your research and look at the history. Just Metro Atlanta. Tryon, yeah, South Tryon. I used to stay on used to stay in South Tryon Road. Like I said, in place Rivergate, right behind Carowinds. Right, not too far from what's that damn lake? It's not Lake Norman, it's the other one, Lake Wiley, I think. I stayed like minutes away from that, near University City Boulevard. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what they had with what they did. I know when I left, they cleared that whole area out, but I don't know what's there now. I want to move back to ATL. Any suggestions to where, guys? Dimples would probably could inform you more on that. Like, cause me, okay, so she's not even from here. I moved here from Chicago not long ago, but she might be able to tell you a little bit more. I would tell you, man, I don't know. You know, like Buckhead is good if you want to live in Atlanta. In Atlanta, Buckhead is good, but it's expensive. It is really expensive to live in Atlanta. Like, I don't even want to put it out there like that, but damn, I don't want to say this, but it's just the truth. Poor people and rich people live in Atlanta. There's no middle class in Atlanta. Either you're poor or you're rich. That plain and simple. It's just like that. You know, Metro Atlanta is different. You know, as you go outside of Atlanta and you're in Metro Atlanta, it's different. But then, like I said before, you're dealing with racism. You know, and it's not like extremely bad, but it's not good either. Like, if you live in a place where you hardly experience racism and then you move here, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. It's going to be in your face. So, I mean, Sandy Springs is decent. You know, Dunwoody is decent. Like I said, it's still racism though. You know, where else? I used to live in Marietta, Cobb County. I hated it. The cops, these motherfuckers, I don't know what they on. You know, they on some other shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you this. Damn, I'm stuttering. So they had on the news, a Cobb County officer stopped a lady on the highway, and a white lady said, and this was on. They showed it. This was on headline, NBC News, all that shit. It made worldwide news. So the cop goes up to the door, you know, and he's talking to the lady, and the lady's like, "Can I use my phone? Because I don't want to make any type of, you know, movements, and I can get hurt or something." And the damn officer, Cobb County Police, said, "Don't you know? We don't shoot white people. We shoot black people. Haven't you seen that on the news? We only shoot black people." I wouldn't recommend Cobb County. I got the fuck up out of there. That plain and simple. Patina Patton, you are God and I respect you. Thank you. Um, I'm not a God though, because I'm not into that conscious community shit anymore. I'm just a regular dude that you meet if you're a guy and you're in a barbershop and you chopping it up. I'm just a regular dude. If you were my friend or something, I'll give you the most profound advice that I could give you. But far as titles, gods, pharaohs, and all the rest of that shit, I'm not taking on none of that shit, because when people take on those titles, to me, they become better than you. But when I say I'm your friend, when I say I'm just somebody that wants to school you, put you up on game, I am your equal. And that's how I want you all to look at me. I'm your equal. Like if you ever were to meet me, I'm more chill and relaxed and laid back and cool in person than I am on camera. Like I've met a bunch of YouTubers, and I'm not gonna name no names. I'm not gonna do it because some of you all follow the people that I've met, and I could tell you these motherfuckers they got some of the worst fucking personalities that I've ever seen. And I'm like, yo, how the fuck is it that you got 80 to 100,000 fucking subscribers and you just this lousy ass motherfucker? And it's crazy because I see these motherfuckers on YouTube and I would think, I think, wow, they're amazing people. And then when I see them in person, I'm like, man, I wouldn't even give you the time of day. I wouldn't even hang out with you. You couldn't even hang out with me. So my thing is, I want you to look at me as your equal. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Much better than Chicago. Yes, like the weekly hotel across the street from the bus station are gone. Wow. Most definitely. Would you go live tomorrow? I don't know if I had the time to, but I guess for all of y'all that's in the chat, tell me a day that's good, and that's the day that I'll pick. Like I think a Friday is good. I don't know if it's good for everyone, but I think Friday would be good, or maybe Friday night around 10 or 11. Saturday is debatable because most people go out on Saturdays, so it's like for me to say Saturdays, that's debatable. Sunday, that's debatable as well because most people are getting ready for the weekend. So I would say Friday, because Friday is like, if you work at, whether you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself or you work for someone else, you're getting off of work, and then that Saturday and Sunday you got the weekend. So you're like, well, shit, I could stay up, a couple hours on a Friday, but Saturday, nigga, I'm not trying to hear Langston. I gotta go out, And then Sunday is like, I ain't trying to hear Langston. I gotta get up and go to work for Monday, Especially this weekend. Like I probably wouldn't go live. No, the reason why is because it's Mother's Day weekend. So most of you all are gonna spend time with your mothers. So I'll be on the chat talking to my damn self, and I ain't gonna play myself like that. Newark, where I'm from, is going through mad changes, good and bad. A lot of white folks are moving in. I stayed on the line of Mint Hill. All right. Sandy Springs is cheaper than other areas. I had some friends that lived there. Yeah, it is. It's College Park, gentrified too. Once you get to College Park, Union City, and all of that, South Fulton, in that area, I'm here to tell you, like, now I haven't been through all of it, but it's a lot of black people, and I'm here to tell you, you will know that you're in a black area because the streets are fucked up. It's shit that's fucked up in those areas that you wouldn't see if you were in a white area. And that's the sad part about it. That's what pisses me the fuck off. So I don't see College Park any gentrification, but I don't live there. I've been there a few times. I haven't been everywhere in College Park, but from what I see, it's like night and day when it comes to the black community and the white community. Night and day. If you go up 75 in Marietta, where the Brave Stadium is at, all in that area, they're building up shit. I mean, they're right as we speak. What street is that fucking street? God damn it. It's right by the Brave Stadium. They're revamping that whole street. I forgot the name of that street. But in the white areas, they're building. But in the black areas, they ain't building shit. I'm originally from Philly, and the South is way more integrated. The standard of living is also much better, in my opinion. Hey, you're right, because I mean, you coming from like the North is extremely expensive. I'll admit it. Like when I lived in New York, I stayed with family members. I've never lived in New York on my own, and I never will. It's too fucking expensive. I mean, you talking about a 1-bedroom apartment for fucking $2,000, if not more. Just depends on where you're living at, what borough you're living in. That plain and simple. I mean, you could live in a closet in Manhattan, you still gonna pay fucking $5,000 a month. A closet without a toilet, without a motherfucking bed, just a closet. I remember that news about the cop. Yeah. The guards and earths. Any low income housing in Metro Atlanta. I wouldn't know. Yo, believe it or not, I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes I wish I was on my I wish I was on welfare's up. Cause goddamn, paying rent and all the rest of that shit, and then having children. Boy, oh boy. But I'm pretty sure there's some low income housing in Metro Atlanta. I think what you should do first is do the research, get online, and see, you know, where you can where there's low income housing at, and then the areas you want to live in a decent area, you know. So just do your research on that. And, as usual, Google it. Also have roots in NC, and I felt a connection to some fields I saw while driving to Wilmington, North Carolina. It was eerie. Wow. Yeah, they had in Wilmington, North Carolina, they had what was it? Oh shit. The Wilmington Massacre or something like that, where they killed a bunch of Democrats, black Republicans. It was called a Wilmington Massacre or something like that. I hate that I don't have my laptop because I'm cutting up. When I originally first started, I was telling everybody that I was cutting up my fruits and vegetables for tomorrow. You know, so that was what I was focused on. So, you know, if I had my notes and my my laptop with me, I would have went through shit, you know, like the Wilmington Massacre. I would have broke that shit down because I have papers on that shit. I read about that shit years ago, and I keep you know, physical papers, you know, because just in case the internet shuts the fuck down and no. I have books and papers. You know what I'm saying? I have hard copies of information and knowledge. You know, Friday straight. Okay. All right. We'll do Friday. Any day is good for I need something to drive to. I work Friday night. I get you at work. Okay. So we'll do Friday. So let's just go through the time. Like what time? Is 10 o'clock good? 11 o'clock good? We have a lot of black cops in Lithonia, not bad at all. And see, that's the thing. And that's the reason why I'm like, I wanted to live in like try to find Lithonia, find something in Lithonia, whatever, because like down south, well, I ain't gonna say down south, but like South Fulton, it's black, and it's just in Atlanta and South Fulton, that whole area is black. So I feel comfortable when I'm in those areas because it's black cops. It's a lot of black people. It's a lot of black people. So I'm not like, I feel like I'm safe. I feel like I'm safe, man. But when I'm in Sandy Springs, it's like, man, let me get the fuck home. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. That is because whites have already stole all the land and resources centuries ago. I love where I get a lot of sunlight. I love live. I love live where I get a lot of sunlight. NYC are the trendsetters of the world. True. That's 100% correct. Yo, let me tell you something. And this is real talk. If New York had, now I know what you're gonna say, but just hear me out. Just hear me out. If New York had a beach like Miami Beach, right? If New York's beach had water like Miami Beach, if New York had, tropical weather like Miami, I would move back and I would never move anywhere else. That plain and simple. Because the culture in New York, you cannot duplicate. There is, well, they say London and Nigeria is similar to New York, as far as like the size of the city. But you can't duplicate the culture that's there, man. The culture, you can't duplicate it. Like I thought that I thought that Atlanta was the New York of the South, and it is the New York of the South if you're coming from Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee. I mean, you're not used to seeing fucking skyscrapers. But if you're living in New York and you come here and you're like, okay, well, it's once you go to downtown Atlanta, that's downtown Atlanta. I mean, you're going to see skyscrapers and shit like that. It's a city. But then when you drive out, that's when it gets country. Period. It's not like New York. It's not a city that never sleeps. They don't have a Times Square here in Atlanta, in Metro Atlanta. New York is a place that will never be duplicated. It's just that plain and simple. And I'm not being biased because I was born there and I lived there. It's just that plain and simple. I've lived a couple places and it's nothing like New York. And there's no disrespect towards any other place. That's just my opinion about it. I was surprised to see the poor conditions of the campuses of Clark, Atlanta, Spelman, and Morehouse. It's in the hood. I mean, it's in the hood. It's in the hood. But in that area, like I said, it's history in that area. But yeah, man, I mean, don't be surprised to see the shape, the poor condition that the campuses are in, as well as the area, because Black people have the opportunity to change that. But they're waiting for someone to change it for them. And that is the fucking problem that we have in our community. We're always waiting for someone to change some shit for us instead of changing it for ourselves, taking on a responsibility on our own. All right, so we'll do 10, 11. Can't watch now, but I thumbed it up. Keep coming. City never sleeps. Atlanta is a city in the woods. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Let me tell you something. I want to get out of here for one big reason. It's so many goddamn trees to the point where I live at, I don't get no sunlight because it's just trees every fucking where, and the trees block the damn sun. That plain and simple. I forgot what station it was on the MARTA, but it was a bear. They found a bear walking around. And I forgot what station it was on the MARTA train. But like, since I've been here, I've seen foxes, I've seen coyotes, I've seen deers. That's nothing. That's nothing. Like the grocery store I go to, I go late at night, and it's deers like right in the middle of the fucking road. So yeah, it is. It is. Charlotte is hella clean, especially when compared to Philly. I still love NYC though. Yeah, like Charlotte is nice, but it's getting there. It's getting, give it about 40 years or so. It'd be fucked up just like any other city. You know, it's not old. It's a new city. It's a new upcoming city. But give it some years. Give that city, put some age on Charlotte, and it'll be fucked up like Atlanta, fucked up like New York. It'd be some fucked up places and shit. But I mean, I tell you this, man. When I look at Atlanta and I look at Charlotte, Charlotte really got their act together, man. And they doing some big things up there, man. Like the YMCA that I used to go to in Charlotte, it had 3 floors, 4 basketball courts. Inside the men's locker room, we had a barbershop. We had a little small area that we could work out in. Like if we didn't want to go on the same floor that the men's locker room was, you had a big ass floor full of free weights. If we didn't want to go over there, we could just work out inside the men's locker room. In the men's locker room, we had a big hot tub. We had 2 steam rooms. We had 2 saunas. We had a cafeteria, a lounging area where you could just fucking sit and chill and go to sleep. I've seen niggas go to sleep snoring and shit. Like Charlotte got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I've never been to NY. Would to go. Yeah. Experience it. Experience it. Arcade Maximum, Need the Sun. Yeah, I would tell you, Dimples, you should go. Definitely, if you've never been, wow. You're going to be like, this is what you're going to be like. Oh, shit. That's yo, and let me tell you something. And Death Rock can tell you that. Don't do it. Because they're going to know that you're a tourist. Well, I take that back. That was years ago. So now New York has become this tourist city. You know, it's changed. Giuliani fucked it up. So now you probably can walk around and take pictures with your head up like this and, oh, wow. But in the 90s, nah, couldn't do that. They would know that you weren't from there. And you'll get stuck up. If you want to know what the 90s was like and what they were doing in the 90s, go to YouTube and look at Nas' Whose World Is This remix video. And that's what niggas was on. I'm gonna say it again. Nas, Whose World Is This remix. And it's a video. And that's what niggas was on. Sweet June, you as well? Wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, believe it or not, American Airlines, they have cheap flights. If you like book your flight ahead of time, like a month or 2 in advance, you know, I went to Miami and it cost me $161 round trip. So if you book your flight in advance, American Airlines, JetBlue, they run specials. Delta right now, I wouldn't say that. Delta is like top dog right up now. So they're gonna hit you, they're gonna try to hit you in the head. Yeah, so American Airlines and JetBlue. And then like another thing too is, you know, you might get a special on your hotel room, as well as if you want to rent a car, but I wouldn't recommend that because you don't need it. That's one thing in New York. You don't need no fucking car. It's a hassle because you're going to have to pay for parking, and parking is a lot of fucking money. So if anything, you get you a hotel room and you get you a fucking map to for the subway and you're good. Straight up, you're good. You mentioned that you was once part of the Nuwabi Nation. My question to you would be, what would be your advice to someone that's going to join any black organization? I would tell anyone that's going to join a black organization to do the research first. Make sure that it fits them. That's the first thing. As well as to know, and that's part of doing the research, to know what the organization is about. Like what is the goals? What is the organization trying to do, trying to accomplish? How will the organization benefit you as a person? You know, you can't be beneficial to the organization. Excuse me. So you come in an organization and they're benefiting off of you, but you're not benefiting off of the organization. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. One of the reasons why I left the Nubian Nation is because they were making money off of me. And I was working for them for free. Did you hear about white folks walking their dogs on Howard U campus? Dude said they should move the campus if people going to complain. Wow. Nope. But at the same time, I'll say this. People are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know, if black people don't allow anyone to call them niggas and they put up a fight, guess what? Motherfuckers won't call black people niggas anymore. So that type of shit that white dude said, he felt as though he could say it. He felt as though that nothing would happen to him. In other words, he didn't fear. He didn't have any fear. And that's some new millennial shit. Because had it been in the early 90s, and I hate to keep on talking about the 90s and shit, but it's just the truth, he would have never done that. That shit would have never happened. They would have fucked that white dude up. Period. Probably shot the dog in the damn face or something. And I don't mean to be graphic like that, but that shit bothers me. But hey, it's gonna continue to happen if we don't change it. In other words, if we don't stand up for ourselves. It's just like that bully in school. You know, he keeps on fucking with you, keep on fucking with you because he know you ain't gonna fight back. But the minute that you fight back is the minute he gonna start fucking with you. It ain't complicated. But black people seem to think that shit is complicated and it's not. Pause. It's just that plain and simple. You gotta, in this day and time, in order to get respect, you gotta demand it. You can't ask for it. It's a friend of mine that has these shirts that that's in the shirt. On the shirt it says "Don't shoot," and I understand where she's coming from. I understand that she's trying to, you know, bring about peace and shit. But I'm like, that shirt don't make sense. If anything, you would have a shirt that says "Shoot back." You think the cops are gonna motherfucking say, "Oh, I'm not gonna shoot him because he got a shirt that says don't shoot"? No. So we're gonna have to stand up one day. But it don't seem like it's gonna fucking happen. So that's why I'm done. Like I'm gonna talk to people such as you all that's in the chat, you know, and put y'all up on game. And as far as the niggas and the rest of the people that just don't give a fuck them. That plain fuck them. That plain and simple. You don't give a fuck about your life. Why should I give a fuck about yours? That plain and simple. Y'all might not like, you know, what I said, but that's my truth. You don't care about your life. Why should I care about yours? I'm not saying I'm gonna hurt you. I'm just saying point blank, I'm not going to care enough to tell you the truth. I'm not going to care enough to help you. I've been to LA 3 times. I love it down there. I heard that LA is pretty hot. Sign up for Travels Discount Services. High T Baby 7. I love me some L, baby. Death Rock, I heard about that too. Shit was crazy. That's right. Learn the trains, baby, because NY traffic is not worth it to drive. If you're from Chicago, think of y'all aggressive driving 5 times lighter. Howard's administration should just make up some rule that states that it is illegal to walk dogs on campus, make it an arrestable offense. Same shit they do to us. True, but they not gonna do it. Too many people are afraid. No unity, that's the problem. You're right, Dimples. You're buffering. So I don't know what to do. Could you start on some lives about your books? Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna be truthful. The reason why I really don't talk about the 2 books that I wrote is because it's heavily doctrinated with the Nubian Nation. You know, they're good books, but I just don't feel comfortable with like really putting the books out there like that because I'm not part of the Nubian Nation. So like both of the books, the solution to the black man, women, black families' plight I gave in the book is Dr. York. And I don't believe that any longer. He is not the solution at all. So that's the reason why I haven't really put any lights on those 2 books. But I definitely will start to talk about this book called Love in Apocalyptic Times. You know, I don't have no problem with that because that book is on me. I'm excited about this live. I'm glad you are. You got to check out LA. I definitely will. You seem wise in mind. How old are you? So a lot of people ask me how old I am, and I'm to tell everybody how old I am in a video that I'm going to do. And the reason why I'm going to tell people how old I am in a video in the near future, it's a reason behind it. And I'll let you know when the video comes out. Trust me. There's a great reason why I'm going to let everybody know in a video in the near future how old I am. It's going to be a shocker, but I'm definitely going to let you know in the near future in a video that I'm going to do. I totally understand where you're coming from. I felt the need to try to save people who didn't want to be saved. Yeah, and the funny thing about it, take for me for an example. I'm trying to save people, right? I'm trying to tell people what to do and what not to do, and you should do this and you should do that. While I'm trying to do that, I should be applying the same information and knowledge that I'm telling them to do. And then I'm leaving my children. You know, I'm straying away from my children. Like I brought this up in a video that I did. I think it was like last year, something like that. Like everybody talks about Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, you know, as great leaders. But let's ask their sons and daughters, were they a great father? This is that plain and simple. Now, if they were great fathers, then they were great leaders. They are great leaders. But if Malcolm X's daughters hardly seen their fathers because he was out teaching black people, you know, knowledge and shit like that, then they missed out. So one thing that I learned is family comes first. Family comes first. You come first. And then the people come second. Those same folks that you're trying to save, most of them don't even give a flying fuck about you. And that's what I realized. I'm trying to save this motherfucker from drowning. And while I'm trying to save him, he's pulling me in the water. He's pulling me in the water so I could drown along with him. Fuck that. That's all right. Nah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call a lifeguard to come and rescue that nigga, and I'm gonna tend to what I'm doing. I'm not gonna risk my life for that nigga. I'm not gonna do it. That's the reason why I can never be no fucking black leader. I am not about to get shot up in front of my daughters like Malcolm X did for a group of niggas. I'm not about to get shot in my head from a hotel room, the balcony of a hotel room for a group of niggas. You know what they do on Dr. Martin Luther King Day? You know what niggas do? They say this, oh man, boy, I'm sure is glad that I'm off for work. They get them some beer, and they get them some liquor, some weed, and they have a cookout. That's it. So fuck that. Have you ever thought about republish it with an updated point of view? So the books, it was a trilogy. So the first book was A God Within. The second book was When God Was a Mystery. The third book was She Speaks and I Listen to God. I never published She Speaks and I Listen to God. It's still sitting in my closet right now. I thought about republishing it. You know, I thought about revising the books, but this Love in Apocalyptic Times is a whole nother type of shit. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Sophia Stewart. She is called the mother of the Matrix. She's responsible for Terminator, and the Matrix Part 1, 2, and 3. That's her stories. That's her book. You know, the book is called The Third Eye. They stole her shit. So right now she's suing them, the Wachowski brothers and James Cameron. You know, but I'm trying to put out a book. Like, I feel as though that Love in Apocalyptic Times can compete with Sophia Stewart shit. And then I haven't seen, and for those that have seen it, don't ruin it for me. But I haven't seen Endgame yet. I'm waiting until like next week to see it because I don't like big fucking crowds. I went to go see Infinity War when it was out, and motherfuckers was talking, babies was running around and shit. I ain't got time for that. But I love the whole. Now I haven't seen all of the Marvel movies because some of them don't interest me, you know. But I just love how it took them 10 years to bring all of this shit together. And it was little secrets within each fucking Marvel movie that came out within those 10 years. So that's who I'm trying to like compete against, you know. Afrofuturism. Yes, that's what I'm on. I'm an Afrofuturist. You got to see Endgame, dope. Yeah, I definitely want to see it. And I'm not one of them those people that that just became a fan. You know, I've been reading Marvel comics since I was in my teens. You know, I really wasn't a fan of Iron Man, you know, Captain America. I was really more of an X-Men type of dude. Definitely Wolverine. You know, so that's who I really fucked with in the MCU. But yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna see that this week. Like, I'm going on a Tuesday or Wednesday, like 10:30 at night, because I went to the movie theater that I'm gonna see it at. Like, it was like Wednesday last week, this week past Wednesday, and it was real light, and I'm like, okay, that's a good time to go. So next week I'm gonna go see it like on a Tuesday or Wednesday at 10:30. I went through there, you know, tonight. You know, of course, it's Friday, so that shit was jam-packed. Love X-Men. Yeah, I mean, I love X-Men too, but I definitely I'm waiting to see if they're gonna redo it. Blade needs to make a return. But who would play it? You know, who would play it? You know, Wesley Snipes did a good job. I've been reading when they were 75 cents. I think I started reading them when they were $1.25 or $1.50. It was either $1.50, $1.25, or $1.75, something like that. But of course, you know, I come from that generation where dollar vans were $1. Last time I got on a dollar van, that shit was $1.75 or $2.25 or some shit like that. This shit bugged me out. How the fuck you gonna call it a dollar van and it's no longer a dollar? That's some New York shit for all of those that, you know, that don't know. You know, you can catch a dollar van instead of catching a bus. You know, they would have, and the Jamaicans will run that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mostly the Caribbean, you know, the Caribbean people, you know, West Indians and the Jamaicans, they will run that shit. The dollar vans. But yo, man, I've been up here for like two and a half hours. I'm about to get off. It's like going on 1:30. I still have shit to do. Like I stopped doing the stuff that I have to do. I still gotta wash clothes. And then I have to do this video too. Not tonight, but tomorrow. And you know, I gotta sit down and think it out and all of that shit. So expect a new video on Sunday. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but a new video on Sunday. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure talking to y'all. Definitely. And I just want to let y'all know that I'm gonna tell y'all how much I got love for y'all. Straight up. It's my birthday. Well, it just passed. May 10th was my birthday. And I decided to talk to you all. I could have went out, partied, could have had a good old fucking time. But I decided to spend my night with you all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm about to go to sleep. Yeah, thanks for that. Arcade Maximum. About to go to sleep. So we finalized it. It'll be my birthday was May the 3rd. Happy belated birthday. Thanks, Future 5001. But we finalized everything. We're gonna do the live on every Friday. I say between 10 and 11. Damn, I want to make it like solid. Let's say 10:30. Every Friday at 10:30. Thank you, Dimples. Thank you, 4th X Prodigy. But we'll do the live every Friday at 10:30. Other than that, man, y'all have a good night. Like I said, I got a video coming out on Sunday. Thanks, Gemini Vision Infinity. I got a video coming out on Sunday. Y'all check it out. Support the channel by sharing it. You know, if you feel as though that my videos are good, share them. You know, share them and have a dialogue with the person sharing them with. You know, other than that, you want to support, you know, on a financial level, you can also go to, you know, my WhatsApp or PayPal. What other ways you can support? Like, comment, and of course, continue watching. Other than that, I'm about to get off. Y'all have a good night. I enjoyed talking to y'all. And like I said, every Friday, 10:30 at night. Thank you, T-Baby7. Every Friday, 10:30 at night. Expect a new video on Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to set up some reminders. I'm going to remind you all throughout the week. You know, what else? What else am I forgetting? Yeah, every Sunday, excuse me, on Sunday, a new video is coming out. Every Friday, live, 10:30 at night. And then also on top of that, like I said on this previous video that I did, I'm gonna switch it up. So we're gonna do food, we're gonna do workouts. It's gonna be totally different. It ain't gonna be just me sitting in the fucking chair and running my mouth and that's it. No, I'm going to give you all more of me and what I do on a daily basis. The donating links, I post them in every video that I do. It's in the description box, and it'll be in this one once I post this one up. But yeah, I'm gonna just give you all more of me. That plain and simple, and we just gonna roll from there. Other than that, man, y'all take it easy. Have a good night. Peace.